Hello YouTube, Manny here from Manny's How To Workshop with another video on how to install a recessed light or LED recessed light over your shower stall. Okay, so the basic planning that I did for this is measure the width and length of my shower stall, and from the back wall to the edge of this border or trim piece is 33 inches, and from the back wall corner to corner was 59 inches, which these type old school tubs are 60. They call them 60 because it's 60 when the rough, what do you call it, dimension, that once it's in the wall, from the wall stud to wall stud, over there it's 60. So what I did was I figured, you know what, I said, let me put the light center of the shower stall, which, like I said, and then when I measured, like I said, this dimension here was 33, split that in half. So that's 16 and a half from the back wall out. And then up and down, it's 59, so it's 29 and a half is half of 59. And it just so happened that the 29 and a half was right on a stud. And if see right there where my finger's pointing at, right about there's where the what do you call it? The rafter is. So I said, you know what, let me go over this way just a couple of inches, and I think I went about 2 inches from the edge of the stud, which you're going to need a stud finder like this one, and then that way you can mark your edge of the stud and you'll be good to go. And then, so this is my existing exhaust fan, and this is controlled by this switch right here on the wall. The bottom one is the fan, the top one is the light. That's right over there. And so when that switch is on, the fan comes on. So now you can get these right here with a light already. And since I like these new style recessed lights because they're so easy to work with, I figured, you know what, instead of just replacing that one with one that actually comes with a light, because that requires me to go in the attic. This installation right here doesn't require me to go in the attic at all. And I'll explain here in a second. So I decided to just go ahead and do it this way. Plus, these were very economical at Lowe's, not a sponsor, or Halo, which is the same light that you're going to see in my previous video that I did in the kitchen, and how I put same light over my kitchen sink because there was nothing there before. And so, like I said, it was a very economical in price, plus 10% military discount. But anyway, so all I'm gonna do is tap into the power that's coming in right here. As you can see, that's right on the black. There's my neutrals all tied in, the ground's all tied in. And before I put everything back, it's always good to connect everything and then test it, make sure everything's working exactly like you want it to before you tuck everything away, because otherwise you're going to be, wasting time, and then, probably get upset and everything if something doesn't work. But anyway, so once I figured out where my hole was, you're also going to need, what do you call a drywall keyhole saw that's specifically made for cutting drywall. And obviously you're going to be careful because there's insulation up there. And as you can see, let me see if I can get you closer. All right, you can see that, all I did was move the insulation out of the way and, just let it sit up there. And then, of course, because some of it you can see is right there in the tub. I'm just going to put it back once, this is ready to go. I'll just tuck them back in there, and then eventually I'll go up in the attic and refluff everything. All right. So with this type of light system, of course, it comes with this little junction box right here that you can actually, if you were going in the attic, you can attach it. See that right there on the end, the little ear? There's one on one side, one on the other, and that's for you to put it on like a stud or a rafter that's going across. So that's always your option. Another tip, always leave enough wire in there in the attic, just in case you have to move it, or if you have to put like a brace across this way so you can attach the box, you want to do it that way. And then this light kit comes with this cable that comes from the box, and it's a one-way. It only goes in one way because there's like a little slot inside, and once it lines up, slides right in, and this little collar locks it down. Okay, right here is where you can adjust your light intensity or lumens. Starts with 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000. I put it on 5,000 just to see how bright it's going to look in here before putting this in. And of course, these come with these little spring activated arms that when you put it in, you tuck it in on one side only like this, and then you bring one of these all the way up as far as it can go, and you tuck it in there, and then it just puts pressure on the other side of the drywall and holds it in. You see this has got like a little foam seal that just goes up against the ceiling. And the size that I cut the hole was 5 3/4 inches, even though the box says to do 6 inch or 6 1/4 inch. Well, the diameter of this little sconce or lip is 7 1/8. And I said 6 1/4, that's not enough for the to sit on the drywall here. So I measured back here from like this edge to this edge diameter, and I came up with, I think, 5 1/2. And I said, let me give it an extra 1/4 inch, and that would be perfect. And then I went and looked for something that was about 5 3/4 inches. Well, guess what? This little saucer that I have right here is exactly that, 5 3/4 inches. So I took the little saucer, put it up against the ceiling, took my pencil, and then just drew around it, and then used the keyhole saw, and you get a nice, perfect cutout or hole. All right. And so let's go ahead and turn it on, and let me turn off the other backlight that I have, because now it's going to get, the camera won't focus as good. All right, see how it changed? And now let's see what it looks like in there. So you can see that right now, I mean, it's hanging, right? So it's not exactly on the ceiling, but I can tell you the difference is like night and day. Let's see. So if we raise this up about as high, well, keep it away from me. And then you can see how bright that the shower stall becomes. Okay, so 5,000 is going to be perfect. Now, obviously, when the camera looks at something and your naked eye looks at something, it's totally different. Okay, but I believe this is going to be perfect for, when I want to come in here, take a shower, and I don't want to turn on the other light that goes up top, which is behind me. That one right there. Now that's old school. That came with the house from back in the 80s. Now eventually I'm going to redo this bathroom, because this is my master bathroom for my master bedroom. And, I'm going to redo the whole shower, because like I said, this still has the tub. I'm going to make it just a walk-in shower. Toilet's brand new, but the sink and everything else, the vanity, that's all old. But anyway, so there you go, guys. That's how you can install one of these type of recessed lights over your shower stall, because a lot of new homes now, they have them already. If they don't have the exhaust fan that comes with the light already, which it has 2 switches, one for the light, one for the fan, and you can do it this way. You can, if you already have, like I say, the fan already, and you want to add a light, that's all you got to do. And the run of cable that was from here to there was very short. I had some scrap already, and that cable is actually the 14.2. As you can see right here, this is an old roll that I have. It's 14.2 because it has one black, one white, black being hot, white neutral, and one ground. All right. As always, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And also, don't forget to hit the bell notification so you can get notified when I upload new videos. All right. Thanks, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.